kidding.
Shut up, Frankie. Jesus, all of a sudden picnics are localized events. We all have to hang around the same area where we eat. We can't even walk. We eat a big steak and we can't walk it off.
All right, Pat, let's walk. Here we go walking. Where do you want to walk
Cut
to?
it out, Howard. Let me go.
I would very much like to take a walk. I think you're right. We need to walk it off.
Howard, I'll kick you.
Let her go, Howard.
But she's right. The stomach works best when the whole body's in motion. All the acid gets sloshed around.
Howard, I'll kick you. I really will.
Come on, let her go.
But she's right, Frankie.
Her husband may come back in a jet and see what you're doing, then you will really be in trouble.
Very funny.
He might.
And then he'll come and get you and do you in with a ray gun or a laser beam.
But we'll be way up on the beach. Jets can't land on a little strip of beach. We'll be under some bushes even. You won't even see us. Will he, Pat? Will he, Pat?
You might, see?
Pat's lying, though. Jets fly at an altitude of approximately 500 feet. They move at an altitude of approximately 500 miles an hour with an air velocity and a wind velocity, and the pilot can't hear or see anything. He's just hung there in space. He can't hear or see. Can he, Pat? Can he or can't he? Oh, no, he can't. Oh, yes, he can. He can see fireworks, because fireworks explode at an altitude of approximately 5,000 feet and give off powerful light rays and make swell patterns in the sky right under his keen old plane, right? Beautiful. Just think of how beautiful. We'll be down here on the grass, and he'll be way, way, way up. And somewhere in between the two of us, there'll be a beautiful display of flashing fireworks. I can hardly wait until nighttime. Of course, you have to let yourself get into aeronautics gradually, Pat. You can't expect to grasp the sensation immediately, especially if you've never been up before, and anything bigger than a Piper Cub or a Beechcraft Bonanza. Single or double propeller jobs of that variety usually don't get you beyond a sore ear or 2 sore ears from the buzzing they make. The booming of a jet is something quite different.
She knows that.
Of course, the sound isn't all the problem, not at all. There's something about being in the cockpit, surrounded by glass, knowing that glass is solid, yet it's something you can see through. It's that feeling, you know what I mean, Pat? Looking through it, miles and miles of geometric cow pasture, city and town. Looking through it, miles and miles of sky that changes colors from gray to blue to back to gray again as you move through it. There's something to look at all the way around you. Everywhere you turn in the cockpit, you have something to see. You have so much to see that you want to just stop the plane for half an hour, turning from one side to the other just to take it all in. But even then, you get the feeling that maybe you'd want to spend more than just half an hour. Maybe a whole hour or 2 hours in that very same position, just turning from one side to the other. And then up, then down, then all the way around until you realize you don't have enough eyes for that. That if maybe you had a few more eyes, you could, but not with just 2. And then you'd get sort of dizzy and sick to the tum-tum, and your head starts to spin. So you close your eyes, and you clutch the seat with both your hands, but even in your closed eyes, you could still see the same thing. Miles and miles of cow pasture and city and town, like a movie. Lake after lake running into river after river, out of the lake and into the ocean. House after house, turning into city after city, into town after town, so quick you open your eyes and you try to fix them on the control panel. You concentrate on the numbers and the dials. You run your fingers over the buttons and the circles and the squares. You're staring straight ahead now, struggling not to see with your peripheral vision, not the sides of your eyes like a bird does, but straight ahead. But the sky creeps in out of the corner of each eye, and you can't help but see. You can't help but want to look. Can't resist watching for just a second or 2, or a minute, for just an itty-bitty while.
All right, leave her alone.
I'm sorry.
We're all going to see the fireworks together, so there's